Imagine buying a $1,000 flagship in 2025 and it still charges slower than a mid-range phone from a Chinese brand. That's been the reality with Samsung's Ultra series for years. But now, the Galaxy S26 Ultra might finally be breaking out of its 45-watt rut and stepping up to 60-watt charging. It doesn't sound dramatic at first, but this small jump could have a surprisingly big impact. Here's why it matters. For 4 straight generations, the S22 Ultra through the S25 Ultra, Samsung capped charging at 45 watts. Back in 2022, that was solid. In 2025, it feels outdated. Competitors like OnePlus and Motorola are pushing 100 watts or more, and they can fully charge in under 45 minutes. Meanwhile, Samsung's Ultra flagships still hover around an hour plus. Not terrible, but when you're paying premium money, it stings to be behind the curve. That's why the rumor of Samsung finally moving to 60 watts is significant. Yes, it won't catch Samsung up to the fastest chargers in the industry, but it does mean shaving real minutes off your daily charging routine. On the Galaxy S25 Ultra, topping up that 5,000 mAh battery took about 69 minutes. With 60 watts, we're likely talking comfortably under an hour, maybe closer to 50 minutes. That's not groundbreaking, but it's progress after years of stagnation. Now, the story around this upgrade has been messy. First, leaks suggested Samsung would finally deliver 60-watt charging. Then a document surfaced claiming nothing would change, and we'd be stuck at 45 watts again. Just as fans were bracing for disappointment, a reliable leaker, Universe Ice, came back and said no, 60 watts is indeed happening. So while nothing is confirmed until Samsung makes it official, there's genuine hope that this time the upgrade sticks. So how big of a deal is 60 watts really? Honestly, moderate. OnePlus, Motorola, and even Xiaomi are in another league, with 100 to 125 watt systems that can refill a dead phone in half an hour. If you're looking purely at specs, Samsung's move feels modest. But here's the thing, Samsung's charging times are already optimized pretty well. The S25 Ultra wasn't painfully slow, and with a speed bump, the S26 Ultra will likely hit that sub-hour sweet spot. For a lot of users, that's more than enough. And there's a ripple effect. If the Ultra gets 60 watts, chances are the Galaxy S26 Pro and S26 Edge could also see boosts, from 25 watts up to 45 watts. For those models, that would be a huge step forward, and it could help Samsung's mid-tier flagships feel a lot more competitive in 2026. Of course, charging speed isn't the only story here. The S26 Ultra is shaping up to be more refinement than revolution. Battery size, still expected at 5,000 mAh. Design, likely thinner, under 8 millimeters, but not drastically different from the S25 Ultra. Cameras, upgrades, but not radical ones. A privacy display feature and a screen quality boost are on the table, which sound interesting, but again, not earth-shattering. The elephant in the room is the processor. There's been worrying talk, that Samsung could lean back into Exynos chips for the Ultra. If that happens, it may overshadow every other change. Most users expect and want Snapdragon at the core, and Samsung knows how closely tied performance and customer trust are. My bet? They'll stick with Qualcomm, because risking backlash on the Ultra just doesn't make sense. So, should you be excited about the Galaxy S26 Ultra? I'd say yes, but keep expectations balanced. This isn't a leapfrog year. You're not going to see Samsung suddenly match OnePlus on charging or reinvent its hardware. What you're getting is refinement, faster charging, a thinner design, display improvements, and subtle camera gains. For a device that's already one of the best flagships out there, those tweaks could make it even more polished. But the bigger story may be what it signals. Samsung has been conservative with charging speeds for years, citing battery longevity and thermal safety. If the S26 Ultra really does push to 60 watts, it suggests Samsung is willing to evolve, even if slowly, in areas where fans have been asking for more. And that could set the stage for bigger leaps down the line. At the end of the day, shaving 15 or 20 minutes off your charging routine might not sound glamorous, but when you're rushing out the door in the morning or topping up before a night out, those minutes matter. And if Samsung extends that upgrade to its Pro and Edge models, it won't just be Ultra buyers who benefit. So, no, the Galaxy S26 Ultra won't win the fastest charging crown in 2026. But if it delivers on this long-awaited upgrade, it'll finally feel like Samsung is listening, and that alone is worth some excitement. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section below. See you in the next video. Take care.